the top 4 cards of your library. Okay. They got a surveil, or a consider, I mean. Okay, more land. Spectacular. We'll play out Vorinclex. More land. Too much land. Not enough creatures. I mean, it's cool. I'm getting away with it. Okay, blocking. I mean, at this point, absolutely. No, they don't block. Down to 8, or down to 4. 8 on their poison counters. We'll go ahead and negate that. Actually, no. I don't care. I'm curious as to what they're going to do. Are they going to scoop, or are they going to... I mean, they can get me down. Yeah, I mean, they have some ways. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's daytime. Comes day, enters the battlefield, instance. Okay, so we got to consider. Okay. They're definitely digging for something. What are they digging for? Okay, going after the Abrade. We'll go ahead and block that. Target non-creature spell. Right. Alright, I'll be sure. Okay, well, I was kind of wondering why it was saying, like, are you sure you want to do that? Well, we won, so not bad. Definitely got down to 10. Was kind of worried there for a second, but that was a good game. Good game. All right, take a sip and play another one. Definitely see the problem in this deck, though. Now, I got lucky. But I can definitely see where this deck has way too much land. Way too much land. We'll play another one. By the way, thank you for popping in. My name is 32 French, and you've entered Channel 32 French. I am a producer, DJ, video game enthusiast, play Magic the Gathering, and who knows what else. So yeah, thank you so much for coming in, and hope you're enjoying the show. Watching me struggle at playing Magic. Okay, going up against Noel's. Or Knowles. See, I did it again. I mean, this looks okay. Definitely need, we certainly need some blue. Alright. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, so we've got another Tyranics. That's not ideal, but okay. I'm going to throw out our Reclusive Taxidermist into our Weaver of Blossoms. Weaver of Blossoms. So last week, I learned, I was going through the video, and I learned that I do this weird tick when I was thinking, and I had to edit some of it out, and that was really interesting, so I'm trying my best to not do that this week. Oh, alright, so I'm getting attacked by the Ronin, of course, mono red. We won't block, because that's really not a thing we should do. Another land, not what we need as far as. Actually, I guess this is. I mean, I guess this will help. We will not attack because we know what's coming. Actually, I guess we could attack. We could attack the. Maybe they'll block with the rabbit. I don't think they will. I know I would. Yeah, there we go. Now, I wonder, can you put the rabbit, reconfigure it on the Ronin, and then bounce it back? Oh, of course. Ouch! And back to the Ronin. Okay, that's fair. Good stuff. Alright, that absolutely does nothing for me. Down to 15 to 20. Full attack. Alright. What is this? Oh, okay. That's fun. Alright. Yep. We play that card this turn. Oh, they got land, so that's good. And that card is gone. We're down to 13. Okay. Well, we can do Vorinclex now. This is going to stifle some of what they're doing. More land. More forest land, actually. Something we don't actually need. We have all of the land we could possibly want. And more. So way too much land. But I guess the good news is that we're hitting our land drops every turn. Let's see what they do. They have kind of a quandary right now because they absolutely will need to get rid of Vorinclex because Vorinclex is about to do some damage. Let's see what they do. Selfless Samurai. Okay. The Ronin comes back out. They're channeling to draw a card. They get land. Selfless Samurai. Whenever Selfless Samurai or warrior, whenever samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until the end of turn. Okay, and it's configuring to that. Okay, more land. We'll go ahead and throw out our first Tyranids. Let's see. Let's see if they let me do it. Okay, so far so good. This becomes a problem now. They definitely have to get rid of. I say definitely a lot. They definitely have to get rid of the the Vorinclex. This becomes a problem for them. All right, it's a tie game. Vorinclex and Tyranids Rex out. Didn't even need to do the Vorinclex nonsense because I already had. Yeah, we got an Asari Captain. Whenever Asari haste, whenever a samurai you control attacks alone, it gets +0, +1/+0 until the end of turn for each samurai or warrior you control. Okay. So this is kind of a cool deck. Samurai and mono red. That's cool. Still no blue. No islands. We're kind of boned, but yeah, hey, we're not winning the race. We're tied, but definitely got a lot of land out. Okay, looks like they're thinking. See what they do. Tyranids Rex for the block. They're going to get 4 in. I don't seem to suffer anything. Okay, so now... Oh, and they scoop. Okay. Hey. Not bad. 2 in a row. We'll play one more. And then, you know what? What the heck? We'll take a look at the other deck and play a couple of games of that, and then we'll talk about both. Great, great game. All right, great. On to the next one. I think it's early enough. I can probably go outside here after the stream is done. Hey, look at that! Got a new card. Let's see what we get. Ghoulish Procession. Whenever one or more non-token creatures die, create a 2/2 black zombie creature. A token with Decayed. This ability triggers only once each turn. I mean, meh. It's cool. Oh, you get a new pack, though. That's always fun. Maybe at the very end we will take a look at this pack of cards we got. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll move on to We Are the Champions. Don't want to get demoted. All right. All right. Alcazar. 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 Alright, this doesn't look terrible. Alright, we'll go ahead and keep it. Guess we'll start off with Secluded Courtyard. We'll go with just a Phyrexian. Alright. So that's just going to help get us, help us past that. Another mono red. Holy moly, everybody got the mono red. It's like you got mono red fever. Well, I would imagine after the bans, mono red has become the thing. Everyone's trying to get that perfect mono red deck. There we go. Whap, whap, whap. This is what's about to happen. I'm just about to get nailed. Watch this, folks. Ooh, this hurts. Ooh, oh. Yeah, I'll never get land out fast enough. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, though. Not really a lot I can do. Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, honk the horns. Hopefully you can't hear that. Yeah, it's not looking great. Yeah, I don't have enough. I don't have enough time. You'll concede that one. Mono red, man. You don't have a way to stop mono red, man. Ooh, mono red. Ain't no fun. Wouldn't want, because mono red ain't done. Alright. Well, you can't win them all. You can win some of them, some of the time, but not all of them all the time. I think with that, we'll go ahead and be done with this deck. I want to stop on an up, so we won 2, lost 1. course, a lot of mono red out there. Let's go ahead and take a quick break and look at the other deck. Now, this deck is actually a really interesting deck. If it comes out right, it is really strong. And I almost think that this might be the deck that I start playing in Platinum. But I'm not sure yet. But if it goes off really strong. And it can go off really quickly. So, named it We Are Champions. Because this is based around, well, a couple of cards, but we'll go ahead and see the synergy. So like I said, at the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and talk about what the deck was actually supposed to do. In the last game, you didn't really see what the deck was supposed to do, especially in that last one, obviously. But you got to just see a little bit. But I just had so much land in that deck that it was easy to like let the deck kind of dictate what happened. I mean, especially in the first one or the second one, it was just I had enough land to throw out Voron, the Tyranic Rex. So, it was one of those things that was just, I have 7 lands, I might just hard cast this now. The object was, if I didn't have that card and Vorinclex had 7, I could mill 10 cards and hopefully get a Vorinclex on the battlefield. So that's what that was supposed to do. Okay, so this is my other new deck called We Are Champions. And this deck is based around a couple of things. Mainly getting 1/1 encounters. So, the great thing about this deck is that as you get counters, other things get counters, and things get really big, really quick. And if it comes out right, it works really fast. So let's get into some of the cards. We'll talk about our 1-drops, our 2-drops, and go down the list. So, first card we have here, this is a standard deck, 60 cards. For 1 white, you get Homestead Courage. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains vigilance until the end of turn. And then it has flashback, which means you can pay its flashback cost and bring it back. So, what can that do? Just gives you a 1/1 counter. Helps you out. Plus it has vigilance, plus you can do it twice. So you really get a 2/2 counter, which is good. Next up we got Hopeful Initiate. So Hopeful Initiate, it cost 1 white, and it has training. And I didn't really understand what training was until I started playing this deck. So the way this works is whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, you get to put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So if you have a 4/4, this is a 1/2, you get to put a 1/1 on that creature, on Hopeful Initiate, which now makes it a 2/3. And if you keep having cards that are that become stronger, this and have them work with him, or the human, right? The synergy of that can now make this much stronger later on in the game. But for 2 and a white, you can also remove 2 counters from creatures you control. And if you do, you get to destroy a target artifact or enchantment. So, that actually can be really good, especially if you have a creature that's really strong, and then they throw out something like a Raid Bombardment or something that's going to take you out really quick, or make you discard cards. There you go. I mean, you have this card for 3, you go ahead and take that out. Next up we got Evolving Adaptive. This is 1 and a green. By the way, this is white and green, or Forest and Plains. We have the Evolving Adaptive. This is a Phyrexian warrior. Evolving enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it. We're talking about oil counters again. Evolving Adaptive gets 1/1 for each oil counter on it. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than Evolving Adaptive, put an oil counter on Evolving Adaptive. So, it kind of works like the Hopeful Initiate. Um, you know, and if that power and toughness are greater than adaptive, you get to put the oil counter on the adaptive, which gives it a 1/1. It's pretty awesome. Next up, I love this card. It's like one of my favorite cards right now. Coppercoat Vanguard. Um, this is a human soldier for 1 and a white. You get to put this card down, and it says each other human you control gets +1/+0 and has ward 1. So, yes, you can get rid of this card, but I have 4 of these, and the great thing about these cards is that they stack each other. So, here's what happens, which is actually really cool. So, let's say you have 1 Coppercoat Vanguard, right? And then on your next turn, you play, and remember, it's each other human. Right, so you don't get the ward or the +1, right? But if you put down another one, they cross each other, and so now the one that didn't gets it because it's the each other, so it's the other, and then the one you just put out will get it because of the original one you put out. So now it becomes ward 2, and they both now have it. And all your creatures now have ward 2. You can stack that, so you can get up to ward 4 if you have all 4 of the Coppercoat Vanguards down. That becomes really hard for any removal spells to get through because of that tax, man. That is a tax. Whew. So next up, and plus they both get the +1/+0. So again, you're making strong creatures. Fateful Absence. It's a removal spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates. So, I think I could actually do it to my creatures if I wanted to. For 2, sacrifice this artifact. I get to draw a card or make the opponent draw a card. Next up, we got Ossification. You've seen this card before if you're a Magic fan or a Magic enthusiast, at least for Arena. This is an enchantment for 1 and a white. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Fateful Absence was also 1 and a white. These are all our 2 drops. So Ossification, you target a land, enchant, and exile that creature, and it basically stays with you until they just somehow destroy a land, which they're not going to do. So you get to keep that card. All right, next up, Unruly Mob. I like this card too. I wonder what they're protesting. That's what I want to know. Anyway, it's probably high taxes. So Unruly Mob for 1 and a white. This is a human or a group of humans. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Unruly Mob. So the creatures are dying. That's fine. You get to put a 1/1 counter on it. Voice of the Blessed. Now, this is one of the cards that I think I may end up just getting rid of because I don't really know if it does anything. It says, for 2 white, whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Voice of the Blessed. Okay, that's fine. This deck doesn't gain life, being 100% transparent. This deck has no life gain in it. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 4 or more 1/1 counters on it, it has flying and vigilance. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 10 or more counters on it, it has indestructible. Now, are you going to get that far? Probably not. Unless you're ramping. You're ramping for adventure, you know what I mean? I mean, more than likely, you are not going to get to 10. But I could see where you may get to 10. There are ways. I just don't think you're. I just don't personally think you'll do it quickly. But to get at least the 4, you can get 4 on it as long as nobody targets it. Next up, Galagreeters. I've used this card before. I don't know if I've used it on the stream, but I've definitely used it before. Galagreeters. Whenever another creature, it has alliance for 1 and a green. Has alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Put a 1/1 counter on Galagreeters. Create a tapped treasure token. You gain 2 life. And that. Oh boy. We got some trouble in the LBC. Anyway. What do we got? So if you sacrifice the artifact, you get to add 1 mana of any color. That can be useful. We got Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. This is a legendary artifact. Oh, hello! You are! Welcome! Welcome! Absolutely. Yes, you are catching the stream. I'm so happy right now. Hello. We are playing some Magic. I am well. I am doing quite well. Drinking some orange juice with a little peach juice in it. I've had like 1 or 2 nuts. And just having fun playing some Magic the Gathering. How are you guys doing? It is quite tasty. They are cashew honey roasted. Uh-oh. It looks like we got trouble in the streets. Trouble in the sheets. Okay. Yeah, so we are playing Magic the Gathering. So if this is your first time, welcome. You have traveled into the world of Channel 32 French. My name is 32 French, and I enjoy video games, including Magic the Gathering, but I also like to make music and talk about nonsense with you. So thanks for coming in. We're going to get back to the game. So this particular deck is called We Are Champions, and this deck is all about putting 1/1 counters on our creatures to create large creatures quickly. We were just talking about Galagreeters and Voice of the Blessed. These are all cards that give you 1/1 counters when things happen. We talked about Coppercoat Vanguard, which is a great card, especially because of its ability. It has +1/+0 and has ward 1, which can be really wonderful if you have 2 to 3 of those. It can really work really well. So, again, 1/1 counters, blah, 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 blah. Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. Oh, and what you actually did miss is we played another deck earlier called Klexrex, and it was all about putting out large creatures really quickly. We kind of learned that maybe we have a little too much mana in that particular deck, and we're going to tamp it down a little bit and put maybe a few other things in it. But we did have a good record on that card. 2 games that we did win, and 1 game we lost quite quickly. That was only because it was mono red, and mono red is made to be quick and punch you in the face fast. But we're now going to do a little bonus and play this deck for a couple of rounds because it seems like things are doing pretty well on the stream. And I'm having fun, and I hope you are too. So, let's get back into the game. Alright. If one or more... Okay, so Ozolith, the Shattered Spire, for 1 and a green, legendary artifact. If 1 or more 1/1 counters would be put on an artifact or creature you control, that many +1 1/1 counters are put on it instead. So what does that mean, my friends? Well, that means if, let's say I put a Homestead Courage on the on a creature, right? What it's going to do is it's not going to just give me 1. It's going to give me 2. So now that 1/1 is now a +2/+2 with vigilance, right? So that just makes things really powerful really quickly. Plus, if you tap this, you get to put a 1/1 counter on target artifact or creature you control. So you're getting the best of both worlds. If it gets a 1/1, right? If it would happen with another card, which you'll see in a couple of seconds that we have cards that do that, and that's what we're talking about synergy here. So you put that 1/1 counter on target artifact, you on a creature you control, you automatically activate the rest of how it works, which is kind of crazy. Plus that's cycling, which you may pay the cycling card, discard this card, and draw another card. But why would you do that, honestly? I don't know. Next up, we got the Botanical Brawler. So the Botanical Brawler, for 1 green and 1 white. Botanical Brawler is a elemental warrior. Warriors! It has trample. This is a 0/0 creature when it comes onto the battlefield. But here's how Botanical Brawler works. Botanical Brawler enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it, making this now a 2/2 automatically. But whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on another permanent you control, if it's the first time 1/1 counters have been put on that permanent this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Botanical Brawler. So, on the next card, we'll see how we can really use that to our advantage, as long as we don't target it. Okay? Because if we target it, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, you can, but it won't mean anything unless you target something else. And that's where this next card comes in. So, Siege Veteran. This is a human soldier for 2 and a white. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever another non-token soldier you control dies, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. Okay, so this creature is a 2/2, right? So, at the beginning of any combat on your turn, when you hit combat, this is going to activate. Now, you can put it on itself, because it doesn't say you can't put it on another creature or a different creature, right? You are going to be putting it on this. So let's say all you have is a Botanical Brawler in this. Well, you target this, right? And guess what? Now, this becomes a 3/3. Your Botanical Brawler becomes a 3/3. And there you go. So now you have a 6/6. You're battling, your opponent's battling a 6/6. And if they don't have any creatures out because you're stealing them or, destroying them in general, guess what? They're now in 3 turns. The game can technically be over. So you need an answer for the Siege Veteran. Not only that, I mean, whenever that creature dies, you get to create a non-token soldier, a 1/1 colorless non-token soldier. So, what does that mean? Again, Unruly Mob is out. If something dies, these are 1/1 chump blockers. Anytime they die, you're getting a 1/1 counter on Unruly Mob. It's really dope. Again, folks, synergy is what we're looking for. Always synergy and value. I don't really have a lot of cards that are above 5. The last deck, yeah, absolutely, there was 5. But in this case, I only need, 1s and 2s. So let's go ahead and check out Fight Rigging. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is 32 French, and you have joined Channel 32 French. Consider giving me a follow and or subscribing. And yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. We are talking Magic the Gathering today, and yeah, we are doing a white and green deck, and we are working with 1/1 counters, and yeah, so thanks for coming in if this is your first time, and we're going to continue with our Champions deck. So next up, we got Fight Rigging. So Fight Rigging has Hideaway, When this permanent enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Okay, so what does that mean? So basically, you're going to look at the top 5 cards on your deck. Okay, and you're going to pick one of those cards, and that's going to go underneath fight rigging. Now, if you meet the conditions of fight rigging, then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to activate its ability and get the hideaway, which is underneath that card. So, what is the condition? Hideaway 5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, well, this is for 2 and a green, by the way. It's an enchantment, so it stays on the field. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if you control a creature with a power 7 or greater, you may play the exile card without paying its mana cost. Perfect, right? So, if you have your Siege Veteran out, you're getting things from Homestead Courage. You're getting things from Unruly Mob. You're adding Voice of the Blessed to that. You have your Ozolith out. All these things are gaining you 1/1 counters, right? What's happening is you're making your creature stronger, quicker, which is then going to activate Hideaway. So let's say they have something. Hello, Dreamers Arcade. Welcome, welcome. Unruly Mom, indeed. I feel like there should be a card called Unruly Mom, where it's just a mom with a rolling pin, about to swing at the actual person holding the card. That would be spectacular. Unruly Mom. That would be like a very strong creature, because who wants to mess with an unruly mom? Certainly not me. So yeah, thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate it. We're playing Magic today, and if this is your first time, thank you. Only if you can. That's a great movie, Throw Mama from the Train. I've only seen it once, but I remember that I did laugh. All right, so next up, we got Kami of Whispered Hopes. This is for 2 and a green, or 2 and a forest. This is a creature spirit. If one or more 1/1 counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many plus 1 1/1 counters are put on that permanent instead. You can also tap it, add X mana, which is X however much mana you put into it, of any one color, where X is where X is interesting. Where X is any one color, where X is Kami of the Whispered Hopes power. Okay, so if you had put it on this, then that's what, if it was like a 3/4, then it would be, you could use that for 3 mana. Okay, I guess that's great. There was. This is so much math. There is a lot of math, but the great news is that you don't have to really think about the math part of it, because the game does it for you. But my friend, the Bright Boy, he actually made it really interesting. That he said to me the other day, quote, you're like programming, right? And I'm like, what? He's like, you're kind of programming. And I'm like, huh. I didn't think about that. And I guess he's kind of right, and I didn't realize how much math is in this, because I never think about the math portion of this, and I actually never think about the programming of it. I just kind of see the cards and I read the cards, and I'm like, oh, well, that might work. And even though, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, I don't have a lot of the cards that these guys have, and I can't afford to get the cards. So I have to kind of make up my own rules with some of the cards that they use and kind of go in my own way, But yeah, I never really thought of it that way. I never really thought of this game as like programming or mathematical. I know, right? I am accidentally a nerd. It's kind of insane. But, as much as I hate math, I enjoy D&D, and I enjoy Magic the Gathering for whatever reason. But the math is done here. I don't really have to worry about the math. Anyway. So, Kami of the Whispered Hopes is much like our Botanical Brawler, which is a lot like our Ozolith. It's all about that one or more counters, getting those 1/1 counters. Again, synergy. That's working with fight rigging, which is working with seed veteran, which is working with botanical brawlers. You know, we have one. We have one planeswalker. Yeah, no, there is no accident. Maybe it's a little on the nose. It's not on the nose. It's very on brand for this guy. So we have one planeswalker. I don't. I For this particular deck, I didn't. I don't really. I was thinking about maybe putting the Wandering Emperor just as another way to get rid of cards, but it's Elspeth. That's fun. You know, they are making a Lord of the Rings set that's coming. I think that's the next set actually. So for those of you who have been excited to see Lord of the Rings in Magic Arena, you're gonna go. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get like the big decks, the Gandalfs and the Tom Bombadils or whatever the guy's name is. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I there are some cool cards. Oh yeah, okay. I'm getting that Gollum hype. I don't know. I don't know if that's for me. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna play the set, but I really enjoy what I'm seeing right now with some of these decks that I'm playing. Um, I'd like, they just released a set, and I don't know if these cards are going to be used in standard or not. A Golem deck. I mean, I don't know if you can make a Golem deck. I imagine you can make an Orc deck. More than likely. Probably, obviously, you can make an Elf deck. Um, I don't know. I don't know what else. Human deck. A Wizard deck. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the Archangel, as Abso put it, or no, Dreams Arcade said, Elizabeth. This is the Archangel Elspeth. This is a legendary planeswalker, Elspeth. I don't actually know what an Elspeth is. If somebody can look that up, that would be really helpful. I don't actually know what an Elspeth is, but she's an Elspeth. You get two. So the way legendary planeswalkers work is that little 4 is basically their life, and you can either add to it or take away from it. Some cards it's only take away. Some cards you have multiple ways to give and multiple things to take away. So this card for +1, which will make it a 5 loyalty, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Okay, that's not bad. Especially with lifelink, you get enough of these on there. Even though they're gaining you 1 life, hey, in those late game. Oh, Elspeth is a Scottish name. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's fun. I did not know that. So for -2, which is of course what we're looking for, you get to put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. It becomes an angel in addition to its other types and gains flying. So, late game, this is coming out for 2 and 2 white. Um, you know, this comes out. It's now flying. It's an angel. And if I wanted to, which I'm kind of thinking about it, getting rid of Unruly Mob, getting rid of Voice of the Blessed, and putting something that has more synergy with the angel portion of this, I think that could be really an interesting thing. Um, oh, I absolutely think you should go. Speaking of that, if you're in the main Portland area, I have a show at Gino's June 22nd, Thursday, June 22nd. Oh God, I hope I'm right about that. I don't have the flyer, but I'll put the flyer in my Discord if you join my Discord, which is, well, I think it's I am 32 French. I never know Anyway, oh, I am right. Okay, excellent. Thank you. At Gino's. Um, so, June 22nd with Brzezowski, Words of Phrase. Um, yeah, there we go. Somebody did that. Hey, look at that. Thank you there, Absoluck and Flutely. So, I have that show. It's going to be weird hip hop shit, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, if you're in the main area, June 22nd, check out Brzezowski, Words of Phrase, Stay on Mars, and one other person. I do need a link. Yeah. Um. Anyway, so let's get back to the cast. So for -6, return all non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, that works. So that means if I have any of these smaller creatures in my in my in my in my graveyard, party all the time. I know, right? Thank you. Thank you for the party all the time. I do party all the time. My girl likes to party all the time. I know. What the fuck? And also whatever WRF means. All right. So let's see. Back to the riveting cards. We got this card I've been a real fan of since my soldier deck. Miral, Shield of Argive, WWF. Yes, the World Wildlife Foundation is a great organization that helps all animals, and I love animals, especially little puppies. Um, yeah, I met Tater Tot a couple of weeks ago at my job, and I really want to start taking pictures of of these dogs so that they can be my friends forever because they're really adorable. Anyway, but Tater Tot was a little corgi puppy, and then I met Bruno, who was a Bernese Mountain Dog, I think, puppy, and that one hurt. That one made me cry. He was just like, oh, bumbling dum dum. What the fuck? Anyway, all right, folks, let's get back. Going down a dangerous road here, guys, when I start riffing on nothing. All right, so we got Miral, Shield of Argive for 3 and 1 white. This is a legendary creature, human soldier. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantment. So basically, it shuts down your opponents. Like, straight up shuts them down. Whenever Miral, Shield of Argive attacks, create X 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens, where X is the number of soldiers you actually control. So, if you are throwing out Elspeth, and you have maybe one or two of these, right? And then you have your Siege Veteran, right? And you have a few of those out. And you have, let's see what else. You have this out, right? So what's happening is that every turn you're getting at least 3 to 4 creatures on the battlefield with this card. It starts because, and again, remember, even if you don't attack with this, it's still, as long as you're attacking with this card, it'll still make more of these soldiers, right? Which will bump up other cards. This is a crazy card. So, I really love this card. Next, we got 2 of those. We should probably have a third one. Can we have a third one? Oh, we actually can. See, this is where taking out that Voice of the Blessed may be probably a smart move. So, let's see. Hey, thanks for a lovely chat, by the way. I've really enjoyed interacting with all of you. I do this every Sunday from 12 till, I don't know, I pass out. But I have fun playing Magic. You might see some beat music casts of me making some beats with friends or whatever. So yeah, thanks for popping in. You can catch me here right on Twitch every Sunday. Channel 32 French. It's for the kids. All right, let's get back to the Clay Champion. This is for X and 4. So this gets kind of confusing. So this is an artifact creature. It's a construct. Clay Champion enters the battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it for each 2 green spent to cast it. When Clay Champion enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 other target creatures you control. For each 2 white spent to cast Clay Champion, put a 1/1 counter on each of them. So, what is happening right now? I'll tell you what's happening. You're bumping this up and then automatically bumping all of your other creatures up as long as you spend both. You got to spend 2, but all you got to do is spend 2. But you can spend more. You know, if you have 8 lands, 4 and 4, well, you know, imagine what that does for you. Pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy card. We have 9 planes. We have 1 Boseiju, and this is more for if I absolutely need it to use its channel ability. But other than that, it's just basically a legendary land. But the channel ability is useful. Discard Boseiju, who endures. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. You can't do it to kill a creature, though. That player may search their library for a land card with a basic land type, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. So, what I could do is if I had Miral out and I had a few Mirals, then I could use the Boseiju. I actually forgot to talk about Iganjo. Sorry about that. Let's talk about Iganjo. It's kind of the same thing with the Boseiju. It is a mana source for me, but I actually, the channel ability is used for 2. Discard Iganjo's Seat of the Empire. It deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And again, this ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. So again, it's kind of the same thing as that Boseiju. It works with removing creatures if I need it. Because in this deck, I don't really have. I mean, I have 5 things that get rid of cards. I was thinking about putting a Brood of Cathar in here, which would remove a card. I still might, again, you know, much like the other deck, I think it has too much land in it. You know, so we have 9 plains, 8 forests, 1 brushland, which is a pain land, which whatever, and 1 overgrown farmland, which if you control 2 or more other lands, you get to put this out without tapping. All right, so we got 61 cards. We can take 1 card away, which I will remove a plains. So let's see what that does. We're going to play a few of these, and then if we like what we see, we'll go ahead and talk about it at the end and see if both of the decks that we played today will work in Standard. Now, do I already know the answer? I guess you'll find out at the end of the video. I'm enjoying this delicious concoction, which is some orange juice and some peach nectar. A delightful morning treat. It's always nice to treat yourself. In this age of excess, sometimes you have to, you know, enjoy yourself for a minute. Don't enjoy yourself too much, though. All right. So, we got a few things to do at the end, well, towards the end of the video. It's crazy that we've been on for almost 2 hours. Wow. All right. Let's go ahead and get in here. We'll change the deck to We Are Champions. Hope you're enjoying your day out there. Well, I know, but I had multiple drinks of this morning, so I did have it as a morning treat. Now it is turning into an afternoon treat. Plus, when I started streaming, it was 11:45 when I started drinking it, so that's technically a morning treat for me. Oh boy. It looks okay. I really should mulligan this. You know what? I am going to mulligan it. Okay, that's a little better. I can work with this. We'll get rid of one of the evolving adaptives. We'll have 6 cards, but we do have 3 lands, which is playing right into what we need to do, so. Alright, here we go. Mono red. I did get my new couch. I will move here in just a second. Hold on 1 minute. And here it is. My new couch. Alright, I'm going to play my evolving adaptive. As I... There we go. Alright. So yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I actually fell asleep on it last night, which that's a problem. But boy, was it was pretty comfy. I definitely did not want to fall asleep on it, but I did. And then woke up at like 12, and then woke up at 3. That's not good. And then fell back asleep at like 6. None of that is healthy. Okay, so we got Phoenix Chick. Ah, boy. Yeah, guys, we got mono red. We may not... This may be pretty difficult, but we are getting land, which is good. I just made a mistake. Okay, well, we will not attack. Boy. So what I should have done, folks, is I should have played that Plains. I would at least be somewhat okay. But now I'm at the mercy of the 2 Phoenix Chicks. Another Kamano. Oh boy. Yeah, this is mono red, folks. It comes out too fast. He has 2 mana, and he's already gotten me about halfway down. I can't really block. So we're just no blocks. Down to 9. I think we know what's going to happen here, guys. So let's go ahead and do this. And then we'll do our Copper Core Vanguard. Not that it really makes a difference. You know, just for... I'm not going to attack. Maybe they'll run out of creatures. But I don't think they will. No, because that's going to work with the 2-2. Oh, I guess it doesn't work with the 2-2. And we got Squee. Okay, yeah. We're just going to concede. So yeah, that's how that works. Folks, that was mono red. Mono red sucks, and I absolutely hate mono red. I do have a mono red deck, but only out of spite do I have a mono red deck. But, you know, we had bans in Magic the Gathering, and those bans banned some cards that really further elevated mono red. But now that that's happened, people are trying to find new ways of using mono red, and it's pretty tough. So let's see if we get another mono red. I feel like we're totally gonna get another mono red. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get something different. But maybe not. I'll play anything but mono red at this point. I mean, you know, having 2 mana and being able to do that much damage that quickly and having no answer for it. Yikes. It's tough, man. I've played against it and I've played it. Alright, welcome to Rapture. I think my phone's ringing. It actually is. I am not going to answer that right now. Alright, we're going to keep this, I guess. Alright. Going to go with names. Not going to make the same mistake we made last game. Alright, they got the Silver Fur Master. Looks like they're going ninjutsu. That's fun. That's fun. That's a fun thing. Alright. I think Ozolith, the Shattered Spire, is going to be the card that we use. Okay, so on turn 3 we'll go Forest and then Siege Veteran. Okay, they just put out the Prosperous Thief. We get a Clay Champion. Okay, we can go Kami of the Whispered Hopes or Siege Veteran. What do you guys think? Siege Veteran, Kami of the Whispered Hope. My heart tells me Siege, but my brain tells me that maybe Kami might be the way. But I think Siege Veteran's going to be, because that's going to be a 2. Yeah. I think this is the play, guys. I'm sorry. I normally I would say no, but yeah, I'm going to go with this. Yeah, because it went from a 2 2 to a 4-4 like that, which can now beat that other card. Let's see what they do now. Okay, they are attacking. Interesting. I'm not going to block. I mean, you can be good at Magic. Just gotta play. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens now. Discard a card. Ooh, that's not good. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, this ain't what I'm looking for. No land. And we get Gallagreators, though, which is great. That doesn't really help us in the end. We'll go ahead and use Homestead Courage because we're going to have to right now. We're up to 3-3 with Vigilance, but that ends. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Down to 4. More treasure tokens. Dokuchi Silencer, yeah, dead. It's not coming out the way it's supposed to, guys. That's too bad. Everyone's playing really quick cards today. All right, so we got more of nothing, so that helps. Looks like we're done here. Another game, another loss. I swear, folks. Not first couple of games are great with the other deck. This deck not wonderful, not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I mean, hey, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Sometimes you get all the land and you get no creatures, and sometimes you get all the creatures and none of the land. That's when Magic gets really frustrating. Absolutely gets frustrating. All right, let's do a couple more. Let's see if we can at least win one game. If we win one game, I'll stop streaming. Oh no. Could be here for hours, folks. All right. Let's go ahead and see if we can at least win one more game. Let's go ahead and see if we can at least... Well, and then we'll talk about the deck and see what we can do. Hey, if you've enjoyed what you are watching right now, consider giving me a follow or a like or whatever you call it today. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. I do these casts every Sunday. It could be music, it could be games. You never know. It could be all of nothing or all of the same. But every Sunday at 12, until somebody tells me not to, I'm going to be doing this. All right, folks. All right, so this actually looks okay. I can actually deal with this card, with these cards. Some fun stuff in here. We are going to get some pain, but that's okay. I don't mind pain. Pain is good sometimes, folks. Pain is good sometimes. All right, we're going to throw out our Brushland first. Just get that out of the way. So we can put out our Hopeful Initiate. We're going to auto pay that. Absolutely. It's going to hurt, but that's okay. It's not going to be deep hurting. All right, so we got another hopeful initiate. That's great. But right now, okay, so guys, we were talking about this when we were looking at the deck. I have 2 Coppercoat Vanguards. Now, if they allow me to at least get one of these out, great. But if they allow me to get 2, this is when these cards actually start working. We will see. They're playing green. They got Gallic Readers. Okay. So they're starting kind of slow, which is great for us. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw out our other Coppercoat Vanguard. Okay? And what's going to happen is, watch the synergy here. So now, all the other creatures get a 1/1, including the one we just put out. Why? Because it gets the 1/1 from this. Now this is stacked, right? So now both of these are now Ward 2. We're not going to attack. I mean, we could, but not going to. Okay. Okay, that's going to get them a 2/2. Oh, it's going to give them a treasure. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll do Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. And why not put it on our home? Actually, we'll put it on our Coppercoat Vanguard. Because what that's going to do, and we'll actually attack. What is this sorcery? Hello, Blazing Tree Terrain. Hello, hello, welcome. We are playing some Magic the Gathering. And hopefully winning a game or 2. That's what sorcery you see here. Alright, so we are going to actually attack with Vigilance. And with our Hopeful Initiative, because it will now get a 1/1 counter for its training. So let's go ahead and see that in action. Let's go ahead. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. I hope you've had a good time. I've had a lot of fun, too. We're down to 8. Guys, it looks like we're going to actually win. We have a long way to go, though. We're down to 8 to 16. Okay, yeah, they're definitely going to get rid of it. Oh, and they ended the game. They scooped. Nice work. So, did I have fun in the match? I mean, what do you guys think? I had fun in the match. Yeah. Okay, well, because there's so many people in here right now, I am going to play a game where you guys go ahead and
borrow this.
Sure. Where you guys get to play the game for me. So, what we're going to do is we are going... Now, of course I won, so of course I had fun. You only have a good time when you win. You don't have fun when you lose. No, I try to have fun, whether I win or lose. All right, so we're going to do a little experiment here. All right. Oh, hey, look, I got some coin. Coin is good. We'll claim that. All right, so we're going to do something fun. This is for everybody who has stopped by. We're going to play one game with you guys playing the game for me. So, if you're watching the stream, pay attention to the cards. I'm going to leave the cards up. I can't say no, so unless I can't do the thing that you guys are telling me for reasons of I don't have enough mana or whatever. I don't know if this will work. This is a fun little experiment that I'm going to try. So, it's okay. If we lose, we lose. It's okay. I totally don't mind if we lose because it's a lot of fun just being with all of you. So, we're going to use the same deck. You guys had seen it before the last couple of games. We lost one and we won one. So, good record. I'm not too mad about that. And we're also not playing ranked either. But this is kind of the reason why we are playing this deck, because we want to know if we can actually use this in standard rank. Alright, so here we go. We're going to play the same deck, and you guys, the first thing you're going to see is if I have enough land. You want 3 or more land, and 3 or more land, and if not, then we may mulligan. But overall, I can't say no. All right. Let's see who we're playing. We are playing. I never give credit to the people on the video who I'm playing against. So let's see who this is. Dillbill 5. It's Dillbill, y'all. Hey, Blazing Tree Terrain verse 32. I would love to play that. Absolutely. If you play, if anybody plays Magic the Gathering, please. I would love to play against you on the stream. That would be good fun. So, all right, guys, here we go. It's not good. I think we need to mulligan, but I'll ask you guys. Mulligan, yes or no? We have to be quick, too, though. Okay, Abso. Do we mulligan, yes or no? Okay, I'm just going to decide. Mully, okay, excellent, thank you. Not great, but not as bad as it was, so we will work with this. Yes, I think I actually just got one of my friends who just grabbed a lighter. His name is Bright Boy. He's an amazing musician. Check him out. And he just got into it as well. And I feel like, and I got my roommate into it. I think I got Abso into it. I'm just, spreading the cult of magic to all. It's okay. You can join us. Be one of us. Oh, yes, one of us. All right. How can I play that? I shouldn't be able to play that. I mean, no, I should. Oh yeah, because of the cycling. Okay, I was about to say what? What, you crazy? Yes, you are. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put that little Homestead Courage. GG. GG. I feel like you guys are having your own weird personal Magic game right now. What is going on? I see plains and swamps and black and green and dysentery. Oh shit, you died of dysentery. Okay, I don't know how to say it. Triskaidekaphile. Okay, and again, only 2 lands. We'll need to take that Triskaidekaphile. That makes no sense. What a fun word, though. Is there an echo? Am I echoing? Oh no. I hope not. Alright, we are going to go ahead and attack with both. And, okay, so excellent. I am. Oh no. I am not in a cave. Yeah, I just did. Thank you. Earlier, I had forgotten that if you watch the beginning of the stream, which will be eventually edited and cut from the original stream, I was talking while my microphone was completely muted for like like a minute and a half, something like that. So that's fun. All right, so we got training. So now that becomes a 3/4. But this card has vigilance, so we're doing pretty good with that. And we're gonna hit them for 6. Hey. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Oh, you can put it there. It doesn't show you. Ladies and gentlemen, the bright one. All right, so. All right, we're back to for longer than a minute. Yeah. Nice. Impressive. Well, I mean, yeah, hey. As you guys said to me the other day, that is stream life, and I'm getting the hang of it. All right, so because we only have 2 lands, I'm gonna have to use this to cycle to get a card. So we'll cycle for 2. We will get the card, and we get another Plains. Yes, that is not really what we wanted, but we'll take it. We're hitting them for another 6. I feel like they have what? They must have something dumb. They got a lot of land. They're down to 3. It's 20 to 3. Are they gonna exile everything? Organ Hoarder. Okay, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it either. Okay. Well, I will. I guess I'll say good game. We'll go ahead and put that there. Oh, I actually should have put it on the Hopeful Initiate, but whatever. We'll go ahead and attack. I think the game is over. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to let you guys play. I totally spaced it on that. I totally was going to let you guys play the game. But I don't think it'll work. I feel like, you're either paying attention or you're not. Well, we'll try it again. We'll try one more game. But we won that game relatively easy. Like, I don't know what happened to their deck. Like, they had enough land. They just didn't. I don't know what was going on. All right, hey, look at this, guys. We got a card. Invasion of Moag. All right, we're an Invasion of Moag. for 2 colorless and 1 green and 1 white. Invasion of Moag. It's a battle siege. Whenever an Invasion of Moag enters the battlefield, you get to put a 1/1 yikes encounter on each creature you control. Huh. Well, my friend, I think we just found a card that we can put in this deck. Is this my first one? It is not. Huh. What? Okay. That card could be really useful. And then, if you defeat this battle, it transforms into the Bloom Wielder Dryads. It has Ward 2. So, if you have a Coppercoat Vanguard down, it's now Ward 3. If you have 2 Coppercoat Vanguard down, now it's Ward 4. At the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Jeez, yikes. I think that card definitely needs to be in the deck. And if I have more than 1, yeah. Okay. We'll do one more. Or do we want to do one more? Do you want to play one more that you guys play? Or do we scratch that and just play one more game and then talk about what we've learned from these decks today? And in the meantime, while you guys are talking about that, I am going to go into my decks, and I'm going to fix a few things. What happened? Well, okay, so the object of the last game was I was going to have you guys play the game for me as kind of a treat for everybody popping in. but I wasn't really paying attention, and I don't know if other people were paying attention. So I ended up just playing on my own and not letting the chat play the game for me. So I was gonna do one more, and whoa, yes, you can. Oh, well, I guess I might as well show you guys this. I showed it at the beginning of the stream. I might as well show you guys now. So a friend of mine gave me this right here. It's a magic card, and it's a really cool magic card. It's called Spelldinger's Speakeasy. It's a creature camel, right? This spell can only be played on Mondays and only from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. from the following zone. The Camel, located at 1621 West Broad Street in Richmond, Virginia, 23220. When you cast Spelldinger's Speakeasy, enjoy half-price drinks and any Magic the Gathering format until 7 p.m. Folks, this is a real-life card. That if I'm ever in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, and I go to this place, I'm going to tap some land. Actually, here's the crazy thing about this card, right? So while we all pay attention to all of this text, what we don't pay attention to is to its cost and its power and defense. This is a 0 casting cost, and it's a 3/7 creature. A 3/7 camel. Holy moly, folks, that's an insane... That's just crazy. Like, you get 4 of these, and you put these out on your side? I mean, how are you going to get rid of this card? 3/7, 0 casting cost. Plus half price drinks. Come on. You can't go wrong. So, thank you. All right. I'm going to have a nut here. The Braun Strowman of camels. Indeed. Yeah. Braun Strowman. He's a hero. Going to take pollution down to 0. Got delicious honey cashews. Honey roasted whole cashews. I'm addicted to these things. Come get these hands. That was when he was cool. He's not that cool anymore. Like, there was a time that guy was a monster, and I loved him for it. But then they just kind of cheesed him up. That's what that organization does. They always cheese up their characters. It's not like the olden days. I mean, I'm not saying that the olden days were good either. There was a lot of racism going on in the olden days, especially in the Attitude era. On both sides, on WCW and the other company. But yeah, Braun Strowman was like a really cool character at one point. Like, he was supposed to be a monster, and he would like tip over ambulance, and stuff like that, or he'd like throw Rey Mysterio through things, which I always enjoyed. But yeah. All right, I want to fix that. I want to fix this deck really quick. And let's see. I'm easy, you do you, play more. Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll fix the deck. We'll see how many of these things we get. In the meantime, if you enjoy what you see here, go ahead and consider giving me a follow. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. All right. So I'm going to take out Voice of the Blessed. Oh, that is funny that those are the men that we compare you to, Dreamers Arcade. Because you are like a strange combination of the two of them. It's kind of interesting. Yet you're not like either of them. You're a very kind person. You know. Okay, so I think let's look at that Invasion of Moag. I have 2 of those. go ahead and put 2 in there. Ah, I still hit this thing. Oh, you should have leaned right into it. Whoa! And broke through a wall. Yeah, I guess Zangief is kind. He is a kind man. Not in the movie though. In the movie, he was a bad guy. And so wasn't DJ, which is weird. Like DJ even being in that movie is weird. Like, well, and that's kind of the problem too, because he wasn't even like a music man. He was just like some weird, like, small henchman. It's just weird. All right, so we put Battle of Moab, which gives us 61 cards. I really try to hold to the 60 card rule. I don't get fight rigging a lot. I really want more fight riggings. I think when I get another one of these wild cards. Oh yeah, no, I know. I realize that, but I'm saying, like, in the movie, he wasn't a good guy. He worked for M. Beeson. Alright, what are we going to get rid of, guys? I don't want to get rid of any of the things that are going to, like, make things stronger, so... I think it's going to be Unruly Mob. I don't really care about that card that much. If I get it, I get it, but hopefully I don't need it. Alright. Let's go ahead and try it now. But you're not a bad guy. Zangief isn't a bad guy. He actually loves children, and he's like a kind borscht eater. You know, he liked borscht and other Russian things. He wrestles bears. I mean, you know, I've wrestled a bear or two in my life, and let me tell you, your arms get real tired. All right, folks. That was hilarious. No, it wasn't. Still drinking my morning juice. Spectacular. All right. We are going up against... Kazunaha 0514. Kazunaha. Alright. Let's get meta, yo. Let's get nuts. Who's looking forward to the new Flash movie? Speaking of that, old Batman's is in it. I would like to call it The Flash, Batman Begins. But I feel like it's more about Batman and Supergirl. We can call it The Flash, the other people's movie. What other names can you call it? The Flash. Not The Flash. Alright, let's see. Looking good here. Not great, but we'll work with it. We'll go ahead and start with a Boseiju. I'm going to go with Evolving Adapted. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am somewhat excited for Keaton, but I just think this is all a way to, you know, shield us from the real issues here, you know. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, if DC didn't have Batman, what